Hey Glampers, welcome back to another video.
Yep. So we have a special video for you because this is our 2nd year anniversary with our Tandera. So we want to go through how many miles we've gone, what has went wrong, and kind of some of the locations that we have been to, just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective of kind of why things do go wrong. When you're using it and over and over and over, things are not going to stay perfect. Right. So we want to get into those kind of things with you. The first topic that we're going to discuss is our mileage. It kind of gives you a base of like the wear and tear that we've put on this camper.
Right, so when things go bad, it's not always because of the manufacturers. It's sometimes because we're using our camper a lot.
Yeah.
So in 2 years, we have put just over 25,000 miles on this camper. That's a lot of miles, but we're, like we said, we're not trying to be braggadocious about it. We're just trying to inform people that this is the things that can go wrong when you're camping.
The roads have not gotten any better through those years. So
and I don't think they're going to get
actually
better.
I think they've gotten kind of worse a little bit.
But where have we been?
We have been as far west as North Dakota, and we have been as far north as Copper Harbor, Michigan.
Yep.
And we have been as south as Key West and as east as Shenandoah Valley. So we have been spending this year, 2023, in Ohio quite a bit, doing a lot of the national or state parks. We love national parks, but we've been staying here in Ohio to do a lot of the state parks because it's kept us closer to home to keep our budget down.
Yeah, like many of you have the trucks that suck a lot of diesel when you're pulling this or gas, and we just wanted to keep our budget under control, and that's the beauty of having RVs. You control everything about it.
So let's go ahead and get into the next topic, which would be what has gone wrong.
All right, so as far as things that have been wrong with the rig, first and foremost, the first thing we noticed is our black tank flush didn't work. And that has nothing to do with how long we've traveled, because it didn't work from day one. So we did take that back to the dealer and have that fixed right away.
And then also, we didn't buy an extended warranty. We fell for it once. It bit us in the hind end. We just have decided that's just not who we are. So when we purchased this camper, we knew we needed to stay on top of things because we only had 1 year. And at the end of that 1 year, we took our rig in and we had a laundry list of things like the refrigerator, and that was a pretty major thing. They left it set. They left it set so long that we're like, we need the camper back because we have plans already, and they never even looked at it. Our manufacturer was so generous that when we reached out to them, explained what happened, they said, just bring the camper up, and basically everything that we needed done, they did it within 4 hours. Yep. What are some of the things like?
Well, they repaired the underbelly that was destroyed from the dealer. They repaired the propane manifold that the dealer broke off. It was bolted on. It broke off and the dealer just left it hanging. So they repaired that. Going into other things they did, one of the things that went bad with our rig was our bedroom slide went bad. Our slide started coming in and out at an angle. And during that, it tore our floor. So they replaced the slide, not the slide, but the slide mechanism and the floor.
The refrigerator actually was installed slightly wrong originally. And because we have the upgraded refrigerator, that's probably just not something they're used to installing anyways. Right. But the hose behind the refrigerator was not routed correctly.
The drain hose was not pulled out, so it wasn't draining. We have a gas electric frizz, and it wasn't draining, so it was staying hot. It wasn't getting cooled off. So they just replaced the whole fridge.
And then also, we did have a tire blowout. The manufacturer, when we went there, they knew we had the damage, and they were so generous, and they fixed our whole side of our camper that when we had that big blowout. But everything else was kind of like a little minute here and there.
Yeah, little things here and there that, of course, everybody has trim falling off. Everybody has, like the balances. Our balances, just screws were falling out of them, coming loose. We're having issues right now, believe it or not, which we haven't had ever, with our pantry doors flying open going down the road. So that's something new for us. I think I have a way to fix it, but we're not there yet.
So one of the last things is I know that this isn't a rig thing, but one of the last bad things that has happened in our 2 years of owning this, when we did our North Dakota trip, we were over 2,000 miles from home, and our truck broke down.
Yeah.
It's not a rig thing. It had nothing to do with pulling or anything like that.
But it has everything to do with RVers and almost all RVers that have a rig, have a truck or a pull vehicle.
And if you guys really want to see that whole story and how it unfolded, we'll link those videos up because it's a little bit of a long topic. All right, now for the fun stuff, the upgrades and modifications that we did.
Yeah, things we've done to just better the experience of either pulling or feeling safe while we're pulling, or just being at the campground and enjoying the camper more. So.
Yeah, and safety too. So one of the first things we did right off the bat, we had already ordered it while we were waiting on our camper to be built, was a TPMS. Yeah. We really wanted that.
So just mods for towing the camper. First of all, we got the pin box from Warride, which helped a ton on the towing. So
absolutely,
it was night and day on that. And then the second mod we've done for helping with towing on this thing was we put timbering springs on our axles, and I believe that has helped a ton as well.
Absolutely, yep. It gives it more of like an air ride, and all these things we're going to be mentioning, we have them in all of our other videos. We can link them below, and we can even link the product if you're interested. So Timbren just came out with these for RVs. They have been building them for a long time for your vehicle, which we installed on our truck as well.
Sure.
Upgrades.
So other things that we did to the camper is, if you guys have a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, you know how your pass-through storage can get really deep and it's hard to reach things. I'm 56 years old. I wanted something where I could just pull things to me. So we put a slide out tray in the pass-through. And along with that, for just sheer comfort of camping, while we're camping, we got X braces on the front jacks, and kind of like an X brace, but it attaches to your rear hitch if your camper has a hitch. Those take the side-to-side movement out of the camper when you're camping. And somebody like me, 6'2", 245, I move this camper a lot in the morning, and she feels it.
Yeah.
So.
And you could do the X braces between the tires too, and that does help as well.
One thing is, the reason the X braces are so good, they're kind of, you don't have to store them. I see a lot of people with those tripods on the front of the RVs at the pen, and they work great, but that's another thing to store, another thing to get out. X braces, all I have to do is store a pin, and it's real simple.
All right, some of the little fun things that we have done that we didn't realize that we were going to love, snap pads.
So next, for us to experience other styles of camping like harvest host and boondocking, off-grid camping, because we want to do more of that. We did install two lithium batteries, 100 amp hour batteries in the front. Our rig came with a converter that was lithium or lead acid compatible, so all I had to do was flip a switch and it would accept the lithium. Then I've installed 440 watts of solar on top. I got a 40 amp MPPT controller that takes that power from the sun and puts it right into those batteries, and a 2,000 watt inverter that we can use for small things around here when we're running. So that is for comfort. It doesn't run the AC, it doesn't run a whole lot, but we can do everything 12 volt off grid, and we have camped very comfortably that way. First thing you should always do when you get a new camper, no matter who you are, unless you like pain, is change out your bedroom mattress. Absolutely. Because we actually never slept on this mattress. So we did some little upgrades that we were discussing. A shower head. We went to the Oxygenics to save a little water, or to slow the water usage down. Have we noticed it's a way better shower head? Have we noticed? Not really, because our tanks are so big. We'd have to be off grid for at least a week for us to probably run out of water, because we're pretty good at conserving when we need to conserve. And speaking of water, one of the things I had to do is, and it's also a problem that came from the factory, known problem, I just chose not to take the rig in and have the time at the dealer to fix it, is our fresh water tank. When we fill it, we have a 63 gallon water tank. When we fill it and it starts flowing out the overflow, we found that our overflow will siphon my tank completely empty if we let it. A couple of $5 shark bite valves pop right on those hoses. I shut them off while we're traveling because we fill up with water usually when we're home. But if I fill up at the park, I just shut them off. After I'm full, shut them off. Get to my site, let it settle, turn them on. It'll leak a little bit of water and then we're good to go. So all the mods that we talked about and we listed, we're going to have links in the description below. So check those out. So if you guys have any mods that you've made that we haven't done or haven't thought of, hey, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you guys are doing to your rigs and how it's helped your rig and your camping, because we would probably like that mod too. But until then, happy glamping.